Welcome to the Screen Time Continuum. It's a wonderful day here. We are to bring you a new review. Today's review is of Rebel Moon, the Scargiver. That's Rebel Moon Part 2. If you haven't seen Rebel Moon Part 1, go ahead and check that out. My name is Keelan, and I am here with the fellas. Hey, Mike, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How you feeling?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I can't complain. It's a day. Nothing terrible happened, and I made it home safely.
I heard that.
Well, I made it here safely, but I'll make it home, I'm sure. Nick, how you doing, brother? How you feeling?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, muy bien, ¿y tú?
Estoy fantástico, gracias.
You
What?
just switched to Italian?
No, that was Spanish, I think.
We speak of this America.
Sorry.
See, that's just Mike being Mike. He want to be a gang member and a redneck at the same time. America, I heard that. But
America.
That's the dream right there.
that is definitely the dream. A redneck gang member. I'm sure they exist though nowadays. You never know. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in today. We are here to give you guys a decent review, a new review of something that kind of feels old because we did review part one of Rebel Moon. If you haven't seen that review and you want to see and hear how we review the Rebel Moon series thus far, go ahead and look for our Rebel Moon part one episode, and then you can come back here and finish this Rebel Moon Part 2 episode. If you were here for our Rebel Moon Part 1, hang out, listen to Rebel Moon Part 2 review, and we're gonna give you guys some details and some background on this. So Rebel Moon 2 Part 2, The Scargiver, came out this year, 2024, is rated PG-13, is exclusively available on Netflix. It stars a couple of people that we've already named because they're available in the first one. But it stars Sophia Boutella at Screen or Screen. I'll say Screen. Charlie Hunnam, Jimon Hanasu. I know we always go through how you pronounce his name, but hey, you know what? I'm just gonna run with that today. Charlotte
Digimon.
Maggie. Damn it. Alfonso Herrera, Stas Nair, and Anthony Hopkins, along with Bayduna and Michael Huisman. Huisman.
Horseman.
See? And this is why I don't try to, because I'm always going to mess something up. But there is plenty more people that are available in this movie that you probably will see, have seen. If you've seen this again, you will find out that there is a large cast, but those are the only names we're going to give you because this movie primarily surrounds them. The synopsis for part two is a colony on the edge of the galaxy fights for survival against a tyrannical ruling force, relying on the efforts of a small group of rebels. I guess that's a decent synopsis of this, but it sounds like the exact same thing that they said for episode one. Can we get something different for part two?
No,
No, because it's the same movie.
It's the same movie.
it just
I'll say
continues.
that a little bit later. Yeah. When you find out that they made one long movie and just split it in half and said, "Hey, here's part one and here's part two."
Oh no.
Essentially.
Split it into 3 pieces.
Oh, that's right.
Not
There is a
not 2.
third coming.
Oh, there's a
Yep.
third one coming?
Well,
Yeah,
you
this is
know
a
there's a
6-hour
third
flick.
one coming.
I didn't. I figured they were going to create one, but I didn't know it was actually already greenlit.
I think they
I
shot
figure
all
it's
of
already
this at
paid for.
out in one shot, in one go.
I do too.
Tragedy.
With that being said, before we get into our first impressions, you already got a little bit of how we feel about this. IMDb rates this a 5.2, and
Wow.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 15%.
That much?
IMDb
Damn.
usually does not rate things that high that Rotten Tomatoes rate that low. So we know something is askew here. So let's get into our first impressions, fellas. Hey Mike, you chose this. How'd you feel about Rebel Moon Part 2?
Well, I really wish they would have had more space magic. Like the Force, because that would make some of this make more sense.
There
And
were definitely some force-like things going on.
like what? You mean the magic
I'm
grain?
sorry, not force-like thing. Actually, yeah, I guess if we're gonna say that,
The
not force per
lightsabers
se.
and the pew pews.
Yeah, and
course.
the deflections of the plasma bullets with the
Yeah.
lightsabers. I'm sorry, light blades, plasma blades. What are we gonna call them?
Man, that was shenanigans, first of all. Because why? Never mind. We'll get
No, no.
into that.
Shenanigans are entertaining. That was shenanadoo doo.
Right. I will co-sign that for $1. Um, Needless to say, there wasn't a whole lot about this movie to like. I mean, not even the cinematography. I get, you know what, the you could like the acting, but the script was pretty piss poor. The dialogue was kind of, eh. The special effects were okay. Those weren't terrible. Um, yeah, there we go. See, some good stuff. What'd you think, Nick?
Yeah. It's well, it's not saying much, but I like this better than the first one. So I
Mm,
guess I could say that. I mean, the first one had nothing going on in it, and this one has, I believe, it's 45 minutes of battle scene in an
yeah,
hour and 50-minute movie. So, um, I when I looked because I was like, oh, I think the story's about to wrap up soon. So I looked at the marker and it was an hour in, and there was still an hour
hmm
left. And that was at the exact start of the battle.
and they
So I
fought
was
for a
like,
whole another hour.
they fought for a whole hour over some grain. Um, yeah, the movie is kind of silly. It's obviously Zack Snyder's resentful debut as a snubbed Star Wars director. It wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't that memorable. I feel like the characters were kind of stilted still. We do get a little bit more of their background, which I appreciated because we needed to know something about them. But what we find out about Cora makes me hate her even more. And
Which
you know,
part?
the I well, the
Wait, did we
part
know that
where
about Core already?
we didn't know the full story about it, but the movie basically confirms she tries to kill the princess, and we think that she succeeds until they do the rug pull at the end, and like, no, she's still alive, and I'm like, bullshit. Honestly, does
We have a
anybody die
part
in this
three.
show? I guess the only guy that dies in this movie is the love interest, right? Because bad
No,
guys can be back.
and the Asian lady.
Oh, and the
and the
Asian
bad
lady
and the
because she
bad
got her
guy.
robot arm cut off, made her die
Right.
for some reason. I have no
It
Well, she
idea.
killed
got
her
stabbed in the
spirit.
stomach too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that killed her
okay.
spirit, and then she got stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, right, 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 right. Okay. Yeah. Well, see, yeah, this movie's kind of a mess. It's overly long, and it's a Bug's Life. This whole thing is a Bug's Life. The first movie was a Bug's Life. This movie is a Bug's Life. It's just like, hey, let's break a Bug's Life into 3 movies, and I guarantee the next movie will just be about finding the princess.
The end of a
So
Bug's Life.
yeah, I mean, if the grasshoppers stole Princess Dot at the end of the movie, then you have a Bug's Life too. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the motivations were just they're not there for the story, and you just wonder to yourself, why is this all happening? So yeah, better than the first one, but that's not saying much.
You know what's funny? You say that you like this better than the first one, and you gave the first one the highest rating.
What did I give it? Now I feel ashamed of myself.
You gave it a 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I stand by that. I think this is like, well, I'm not going to give him away my score yet.
No, I get you. But I will say with that, a reason I bring that up is I watched this movie and thought two things, maybe three, but I know for sure I thought two things. I thought for sure this one brings down the rating for the first one because for me it was they were contingent on one another, the same way with the Doom series. And then the second thing I thought was, oh, these all had to be shot together because this was clearly a filler episode. Like,
Hmm.
I'm a 2 hour filler movie, bro. Really, Zack Snyder? I expected so much more of you, my friend. I did. So much so that as you see just now, Zack Snyder, I considered us partners, friends in this thing. I thought you were doing something to entertain us, to bring us all together. No, you wanted to make a point. To whom? We don't know yet. But it is very clear you wanted to make a point. Um, I watched this movie thinking, ooh, snap, we about to get deeper into this story. We never left the planet. At least the first one, we got to travel. Hell, we never left the village.
The one village on a giant planet that makes maybe enough grain to feed 50 people.
That's about it. But
Why
somehow,
is it
some way, them
grain, by the
things
way?
don't
Is it
move.
have they not heard about the no carb diet up there?
Hold on, wait.
I
How
mean,
about this? All the technology they got, they don't have food processors.
honestly, it makes no sense that you would want grain for your dreadnought that has probably 500 to 1,000 staff on it. You know, like why do you need bread?
The
Are you
one
gonna make
farm on the entire planet.
And the
the
way
one
the
right?
the way they fight and train, you know that they are eating a whole lot more than damn grain.
They should eat no grain at all, really.
They don't deserve magic grain.
Well, that's not the reason, but I'm there.
Just so you can have some sourdough bread. I don't know. This is all over sourdough bread, you guys.
Hey, listen, if the right person makes the sourdough bread, this might be a worthy war.
I love myself a bread bowl, but I'm not going to wage a planetary war over it.
I mean, sourdough bread with the right herbs and spices in mixed in. Listen, I mean, I may not wage war, but I might start a battle. You know what I mean?
I am
But
This is
already
a
disgusted with sourdough bread as a concept.
why? It's
so what's wrong
delicious.
with you?
Don't be a hater.
Because it's disgusting.
Now we gotta have a segment away from this movie about sourdough bread. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you good sir are wrong. Sourdough bread is great. What
No
bread do
clue what
you
you're
like?
talking
I bet
about.
you
This
like
is gross.
pumpernickel.
Brother, ugh.
Brother,
Brother,
ew.
ugh.
What's that, brother?
Brother,
Man.
ugh.
No, but so as far as the movie though, oh man, I wanted so much more, and I'm not sure what I wanted. Like I got halfway through this movie around the same time as you, Nick, where I had to stop, look at how much time was passing, and I was like, okay, I think the talking's done. Wasn't much talking to be done, but I think the talking's done. And then for the next hour, there was no more talking, which I was actually okay with. The fight scene, the elongated fight scene, going from venue to venue, whether it was underground, above ground, in the storehouse, in the ship. I like how they at least gave us different aspects of what was going on throughout the battle that was headed.
And
Outside of that, um, this entire movie was really, oh, you thought you did this, you didn't. Now you got to do it for real this time. Okay, well,
You
now that
know,
you've done that, let's tell you the truth.
right? Oh yeah. Well, you know what I think? Maybe Zack Snyder was trying to do the Peter Jackson thing with the Lord of the Rings trilogy because the first 4 hours of Lord of the Rings, there is no battle, and then you get the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Twin Towers, and that's a big, long set piece battle, probably
Mhm.
about 30 minutes or so. So maybe it's that he was trying to do something similar, where if you watch all of this sequentially or in like in one sitting, it feels more rewarding. But I'm not sure if I could sit through 3 hours initially just to get to that point where it was. I
And
mean,
you say
it
we're
was
what
okay.
5 hours in?
It was okay, but it's just a lot of blaster noise and pew pews everywhere and a couple of lightsabers and I don't know.
I just want to
That's
throw
pretty
this
much
out
it.
there since you brought it up again. Yeah, I think that's the second time you brought it up this episode. We know how I feel about Lord of the Rings, so you did not win me over with that argument.
Oh, well, yeah, but you're just wrong, so that's okay.
Hey, I never said it was bad. I just said it's not my favorite thing in the world.
I
It's
know,
not
I
something
know.
I'm not sitting through that 12 minutes of farce. 12 hours,
Well,
excuse me. 12 hours of farce.
yeah, you also got to really care about the characters to care about their lives, and I feel like this movie doesn't do a very good job about making you care about any of the characters. And
For
it kind of
example,
does the
Adriana.
opposite. What's
you
that?
mean you didn't care that
For
the
example,
Empire ruined everybody's home life and forced them into hating the Empire, bringing them all together to be rebels on the moon?
You know what I would have liked? I would have liked to see some sort of evil that the Empire does. I think we talked about this in the last episode we did.
okay.
They didn't really demonstrate how evil the Empire is. I guess they do a little bit better this time, but really, again, this needs to be like a galactic threat that we need to
Yeah.
understand. And I
They're,
just felt
they're not
like,
quite Decepticons.
yeah, I just felt like they were kind of like a well armed nuisance at this point. Or it's like, oh, well, you can bring down a whole admiral and their dreadnought. And then I thought to myself, well, wouldn't that just bring the whole empire down on your planet? But I guess not.
And
I guess it's a win.
right, it's weird because you're right. It's not that we don't think that they're the big bad, right? But
Yeah,
Belisarius has only seemingly been in control for maybe 2 years about now. It don't it seem like it's been long.
right.
So how much could he have done other than piss about 2, 3 planets off? Now everybody's afraid of him because of the reach and the power of the previous king, the slain king. And all of this is behest under a lie that everybody knows is a lie.
Oh, and
Everybody.
let me ask you guys a question. Was the aristocracy bad in the
Yeah,
first one?
Maybe,
Okay,
maybe
what did
that's
they
the
do?
case.
they were a part of the plot to kill the king.
No, no,
No,
no.
no,
I
no, no,
mean,
no.
that's what I
The
mean
king
when I
and
say, yeah. Or was the king like an evil king?
No, but he
So
was a
why
warmonger
so why does
the
Korra
oh, you're right, because Belisarius was his general.
yeah, why does Korra oust the royal family?
because he was
Because her
about
father told her to.
the daughter was about to the king's daughter was going to usher in a new era of peace.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was her turn to
And
rule.
right, and him being this war, Belisarius being this warmonger general, didn't want peace. He wanted to continue the war fight effort
I
because
don't
all
want
those
peace
people, according to what they were saying, all those people fought and died for what?
because I want
Yeah.
problems always.
And
Always.
so it's all Korra's fault.
Right,
I mean,
because she
essentially,
did
yeah,
what she was
because she's
told.
weak-willed. Yep. And she
Yeah,
knew it was wrong.
Like
she
most
was
Nazis, she did what she was told.
she was strong enough to kill the princess and
Hmm.
then kill a whole bunch of other people to escape with her life, but she wasn't
Yep.
principled enough to lay her life down, huh?
I
Correct.
mean, hey,
Cool. And then everybody's like at the end of the
wait,
movie, we know who you are. And she's like, oh, thank
wait,
you,
wait,
God.
wait, wait, wait. Hold on, wait. Let's back up. She actually was gonna lay her life down. It was Gunner who wouldn't allow her to, because he was too, lovey-dovey
Soft.
and love south.
Yeah, but she should have known better that the Empire wasn't going to leave
Yeah,
those
they were.
villagers alone. They weren't
Right.
going to do that. Like they
No,
were going to kill all those people
That
anyway.
part was obvious to everybody who was not a part of
yep,
the movie.
So you
yep.
could interpret her quote unquote heroic action as an act of self-preservation to get onto the dreadnought before they blow the planet up.
Ooh,
I
I like
mean,
what you did
That's
there.
one way to
Yeah,
look at it.
yeah. That's plausible.
because she's not stupid enough to think that they would leave them alone. They have
Well,
no
Especially after
clearly she
intention.
you
was.
prepared them for war, you done did all of this. Then as soon as he gives you one of those speeches, I, I can't do this. Well, hey, Peggy Sue, pull it
Oop,
together.
you said it.
I mean, hey, we already established that back in at part one.
And I don't know why Balsacius wouldn't just want her dead anywhere.
Who?
Yes.
Balsacius.
Yeah, that's his name.
And yeah, he doesn't want her dead because he still loves his child and wants her to become a part of his
He
rule
never
scheme.
loved anything.
I agree with that. I agree with that. It's
He,
a very weird, convoluted story. As far as her actual background, Balsacius. Admiral Noble is just a terrible pawn. At first, I actually kind of was like, "Yo, Admiral Noble is the only person in this whole damn movie
He's just
that's
Kylo
trying to do
Ren.
something." But not. I wouldn't even give him that much.
Oh,
What's his
he's
real
definitely
purpose?
Kylo Ren.
What's his real
Um,
purpose?
to be angry and broody and do his own thing and be, violent. And
What's
throw
Kylo?
his
What?
huh?
No, let's say. And what's Kylo Ren's real purpose?
The
His
same
true, like,
thing.
what is he?
Be angry and broody and do
Just
no, his true purpose is to give his life for Rey so that she can steal the Skywalker's name at the end.
right.
Uh, that's his real purpose.
I mean,
how
he had
dare you, sir?
Great
How
movies.
dare
you loved it. You loved it. But yeah, no, I just Gunner was soft. I think he's the reason certain people died, but at the same time, I feel like Cora was gonna, or Artelaus was gonna. I think she was gonna become her old self. I don't think she was just gonna give up. I think she was still gonna get up there, kill Admiral Noble, and then assume her position.
Yeah, maybe. She doesn't seem to have any like. It's funny because she has remorse after she saves herself, but like when she has that conversation with Gunner when they're after they have sex with each other, she tells her his
Ooh, out of
story.
nowhere.
Ew.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know.
Ew, brother, ew. Can somebody explain to me at what point in part one did they have some passing at each other? I mean, he was looking at her and we were confused, but
Yeah, he definitely
nothing.
liked
So
her, but
she was not paying that man no attention, and then all of a sudden they're looking at each other. They kiss, and he blows her back out, and they're lovers now. Make it make
yeah.
sense,
And then she tells the story about what she did, and she was like, "But the little girl said she forgave me." So
man. Look, that's how you know he put that thing on her because she was all of a sudden telling it all,
I
squealing.
murdered a child, but she forgave me at the end, so I think it's okay.
Uh,
And he's like, "Yeah, babe, you're so great. I love
hey,
you
I want
so
to know what
much."
kind of. I just want to know what kind of climax do you reach that made you admit that you killed a kid?
Right?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am,
That is
what?
not proper bedside manner.
The
That is not
level of
proper.
savagery right now.
Bad pillow talk.
Holy
Uh,
smokes.
I'm
She,
just
yeah.
saying.
she didn't have a
This is
chance.
another I really feel bad about for Digimon Hansu because he just gets cast as the same guy now
Every
over and
time.
over again.
I told y'all that last time.
He's such a great actor and he's got such a good presence, but they always make him the like old grizzled,
I just want to know who he pissed off.
veteran.
Yeah, I still wonder who did he piss off because he
Right.
is a skilled actor, and it's always that, or he's the angry guy who was trying to get the girl or something like that. Well, that's when he was younger, but
You want to know my theory?
mm,
He
I don't
didn't
know.
do the special services on the couch.
yeah. Thank
Uh,
you, Nick.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't
I
sure
mean,
how to.
What?
I wasn't. Yeah,
I wasn't gonna go too far.
all right. Well, thanks. We appreciate that. We want to keep
Yeah.
our YouTube channel for a little bit longer. We're trying to get 250 subscribers out there. So hey, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't.
we
And
appreciate you.
then we'll let Mike totally bomb our whole
N-
channel.
No, I won't do that until we get the Patreon set up.
Oh, fair enough. Thank you.
Once we get the
Yeah, Digimon
Patreon,
Hansu.
no holds bar.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that he was sort of wasted in this General
Like most
Titus. I
movies
guess.
he's in.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the characters are sort of wasted in this. They don't really get their own moments. The only time we get a character coloring is when they're all sitting right before the battle and they're having their dinner, and everybody's like, "Now tell your truth," and
That was the
everybody tell.
stupidest scene ever.
It was so stupid because everybody tells the truth, and then they're like, "And Cora, what about you?" Oh, I just thought it was real
Nothing.
chill. I just really liked the vibes down here. I thought it was super chill, and
Right.
Digimon Hansu's like,
The
"Do you have anything
vibes.
else to tell us?" And she's like, "Nah,
Is
it's all
that
good."
all?
And I think that was even funnier because it took no enticing. It's like everybody had gotten to a point where it's like, okay, it's time to do this. Like they were all preparing to spill their soul in front of everybody because they knew it was going to get tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't
No, I
buy it.
don't either. Everybody else spilled their guts, and then she's just like, "Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool coming down here. Nice place. Thought
I
I'd
mean, we didn't
stay."
know nothing about Gunner either. He didn't have to tell nothing.
Well, Gunner
He's
is
born and
one of the
raised on the farm.
villagers. Yeah, he doesn't
That's
have a
true.
shady past.
He's just a goat. Never mind.
Well, there were no goats in sight, so you just have to say, you know,
Good sir.
he was a
Yeah, my
wheat
bad.
reaper. That's
Well,
what he was.
maybe you guys can help me understand Nemesis' backstory then, because I understand that she was a peaceful woman, comes from a peaceful planet, but then
Well,
what?
one people, well, so they were peaceful, and then, but before they were
They were
warlike,
warmongers
and
before that. Yeah.
yeah, and I was thinking to myself, well, you guys probably should have kept up with that war stuff, huh?
Maybe,
At least
kept a
some
bit,
of it.
kept
Maybe
some
you
security
celebrated too
around.
early.
That's what exactly why I'm asking. Like, something don't add up here. Were y'all peaceful or were y'all warlike?
Well, so she comes from a shogun world where everybody was fighting with swords. And then, an emperor united all of them, and there was a time of peace, and everybody forgot that they buried their samurai swords underneath their pagodas. And, then her planet gets burnt down, and fortunately for her little samurai swords are still there. So,
Right, because
but
she's
But she had to
apparently
apparently
cut
you
off
have
knows
to
her
how
have
to
own
use them.
arm to use them. Make
I was
that make
thinking
Yeah.
sense.
about that too. Why is it she has to cut off her arms if they were
Well, you
hers? So
see,
it's like,
guys,
okay, somebody talked her too past that.
It's like Assassin's Creed, you know, when you have to cut off your finger in order to get the blade through the hand. You
I
know,
don't know nothing about it.
Assassin's Creed. No? Well, you're missing out, man. Yeah, you got
Am
to
I
cut
though?
your finger off so the little blade goes between your knuckles, and then you can stab somebody in the neck with it. But with
Oh.
her, she's got to cut off her hands so that she can have robotic hands because they actually weren't a warlike race; they were just cybernetic.
That's
And
Mm-hmm.
what I thought.
yeah, and so I guess the robot arms are what gives her the ability to fight.
Yeah, because she all of a sudden loses that, and all of a sudden she loses her ability to fight.
Yes, and dies.
And yeah, because she did say the gauntlets taught her how to fight. They taught her what she needed to know.
So
I
they're
also
Wow.
sentient.
felt like there was something missing between her and the little boy. Like there was a
Yeah,
Like
connective
I get that.
romance.
thread. Yeah, it did feel weird like
No.
that, to be honest. I didn't want to say it because it sounded gross, but it definitely had that weird
I mean, we're talking about
lingering.
Hollywood, so
Yeah, I know. But to me, I thought that perhaps there was a moment or a flashback in which we see that she had a son that died or something. That
Oh,
might have given a little bit more explanation to why she was so keen on the little kid. Why they had that instant connection. Because it wasn't really obvious to me
yeah, it was the
otherwise.
kid just giving her a hard time, messing with her and stuff. He was
Yeah.
curious, and I guess
uh,
it was that moment of letting us realize like she had lost her humanity, but these experiences around these people have helped her regain it.
uh-huh.
Right. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm always doing a lot more work than these movies intend for me to do.
Yeah. We know you keep selling them scripts that they ain't buying.
Man, tell me about it. I wish they'd buy something, bastards.
Me too, because I need to borrow
I know.
$5.
I need some money. Right? For real. I could use some
Oh, you
money.
got a good job. Let me hold $5.
Right. Come on, Calvin.
And then we have Turok, who basically doesn't do anything in this movie except for throw his
Prince Turok.
Prince Turok. Sorry,
You mean King Six Pack?
King Six Pack. Yeah. No, he doesn't
Isn't
do
he somewhere
anything. Huh?
No, I was just gonna say, isn't he somewhere between Tarzan and Aquaman? Like, make it make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. With a mix of Daniel Day-Lewis from Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, okay. I thought you was
Yeah.
gonna say he drank your milkshake.
No,
He has the
Last
face
of the
of Matthew
Mohicans.
McConaughey.
But he's definitely the Native American stand-in, so he can only fight with tomahawks, which is cool because everybody else has laser blasters, and he's just got to be the schmuck trying to hit people with tomahawks.
And since I said it before we started, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for the audience. What is the point of wearing this super armor that all these dudes is wearing if you can just get cut with a regular knife?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. By a child.
A child, an adult, it's armor. It's supposed to protect you.
It doesn't even seem to give you any protection against blaster bolts either.
No, not at all.
But you would think it would at least protect you from a damn knife.
Well, no. Let's be clear. Being stabbed with a knife by a cybernetic arm in the throat area, even though you still have armor there, I actually can understand that.
No. I ain't talking about in the throats. I'm talking about Mr. Tomahawks chopping people directly in the back or in the chest or in the stomach, and it's just completely killing people, allegedly.
In the chest,
I guess.
Yeah.
Right. There wasn't no blood. Look, it was clearly all blunt force trauma because I ain't seen no blood.
Right.
You know, it's so easy to do too. You could have just had it that he has his family, like weapons that are made of like a polymer metal that is the sharpest known, like material in the galaxy.
Did I miss that?
No. I'm just saying, like you could have written that away so easily that they were like this ancient type of metal that's sharper than anything in the galaxy, and then that's why he can pierce through all this armor.
Okay, yeah. I you know what? I could have lived with that. I could live with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's sci-fi. Make it up. Make up a reason why he can use tomahawks.
Right. Because to be fair, it is sci-fi. It doesn't have to go with actual science. Because you don't have to, it doesn't have to be necessarily believable because it's sci-fi. It's the
Yeah.
future.
You
I mean,
mean like Admiral Noble coming back and killing his own scientists because
we got diesel
they
powered
wanted him to stay
spaceships.
healthy?
We do have
Man,
diesel power
extremely diesel powered spaceships.
and steampunk planets that Turok
Right.
lived on. Victorian steampunk planets that have Art Deco design skyscrapers.
Damn.
It's like, what the hell? Where are they living?
In somebody's brain.
Man,
Rent free in ours right now. What you mean?
that's
Rent
true.
free in ours, but mostly on paper for me. You know, I'm I'm not trying
Man,
to
what the hell was?
And I love that too because they were like hit. So Turok's planet was under attack, and he's like, "I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna abscond." But he goes to see his mother, and then his mother jumps off the building. I'm thinking to myself, you could have just brought your mom, bro.
Yeah, she could have went with him, but I have to protect the legacy. Go flying, ma'am. What?
She chose to jump off for whatever reason.
No, she could. The next sentence after his mother jumps off the skyscraper is, "Oh, then I absconded and I smuggled my way out." I'm like, you couldn't have done that with your mom? Just make her wear like a babushka cloak or something. I don't know. Dress her down a little bit. She would have been fine.
I mean, put a cloak on her.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. Motivations are all off. And then you have the sunbeam lady, or I don't know if we can call her a lady. I don't even remember her.
Young Milius. I don't know who you're talking about.
The daughter, the king's daughter.
Is that the king's daughter?
You talking about the one that got killed, right?
No,
or
the shaved, the one that's part of the crew, the shaved head.
Yeah, Milius. Young Milius.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Gotcha.
Was she part of?
She's just a weapons specialist, apparently.
Was them's part of the rebellion?
Them's was.
All right.
So that
them's was rebels. Shit.
Them's was rebels. She came in with Darian Bloodaxe before he got killed.
Right.
How do you remember that name?
Darian Bloodaxe. I love that.
That's a hard ass name. That's all. I'm naming my next let me start playing a game or something soon. Darian Bloodaxe.
Yeah, that's your next Skyrim character. Your next Elder Scrolls character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Okay, so that makes sense.
At the end, we meet Devra Bloodaxe, so that's how I remembered it.
Yeah, the rebels come right at the 11th hour when it really doesn't.
Over.
Yeah,
when it didn't matter no more. I was thinking the same thing. Like now you show up,
shoot down flies. If you don't get the fuck on, get off my planet. Y'all niggas is next. Excuse. Oh, I'm sorry.
They brought down a giant ass star destroyer and fought off an army, and then all of a sudden they show up, and it's like, okay. Well,
look, she brought down a star destroyer by going up there herself, planting bombs, fighting her way out, killing the admiral, flying down, losing the love of her life. Probably the only dude she ever had.
I don't believe that.
No. I mean, as far as love is concerned, because she was married even then. So I remember in part 1, they were forced to find love because it gave them something to fight for.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then he died.
Remembering everything about the movie you love so much.
Yeah, for real. You sure you didn't give it a 5?
Clever man. No, I did not.
All by the way, while the star destroyer is falling from the sky,
right,
she does all of that. Yeah,
running up a falling wall and flying out, crash landing, and then here comes.
Meanwhile, beating the admiral who clearly has super strength and
he has super everything.
He was a super daemon. I guarantee you, he's still alive. They're gonna take his head and slap
he definitely is still alive.
Man, I'm glad I'm not the only one who was thinking that shit too.
She might have cut his head off, but they didn't show it.
They're just gonna regrow him from his pinky.
Right.
It's just gonna each iteration gets dumber and dumber. That's what's gonna happen.
We were able to catch him.
Scargiver. I'm gonna get her this time.
I don't know if
kill Scargiver.
You guys saying they're gonna remake him into Muck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sloth.
messed up.
He'll be Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, you
Oh,
guys!
right, not Muck, not Muck, right? Sloth.
Oh, that's messed up.
I said both of y'all knew who I was talking about.
No, we're not the same people, man.
Wait, there's a Muck. You know what? Tell me off air. I might
I
be throwing
thought you
off
was
something.
talking about the dude, Tony Shalhoub Monk.
Oh yeah,
No,
from
it's
the
talking
show Monk.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where my head
snap.
went.
Dang, nah, I wasn't going that far. That's crazy. I was talking about Sloth though from the Goonies. I was talking about what Nick said. That's what I meant.
See,
I just forgot his real name.
my bad.
It's all right. Like,
Who
shoot,
else
you
was a
never.
part of this ragtag team? It was just them, right? Oh, and then all the villagers, of course, who
The
have
Magnificent
refused.
Seven.
Wait,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about how Titus was also a servant of Balsarius until he decided he didn't want to do his job no more. So
Yes.
Balsarius cannon shot his whole troop squad to death.
Yes. Yeah.
That was icy. That might
Was
have
it
been the
though?
best shot of the whole. That might have been the best shot of the whole movie.
Was it
I
though?
couldn't tell. Everything is in slow motion all goddamn time, man.
Hey Nick, did at any point did you hear?
Let that water.
I honestly, they should have just added that stupid sound effect that do 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 do. You know, and everything slows down.
The Bionic Man.
Yeah. Shanananananana, shananananana.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
I mean, honestly, you could take a drink every time there's a slow mo, and you'll be tossed. You'll be tossed.
Let's see. The funnest scene for me though was when Jimmy James jumped the robot.
Who?
Jimmy
Oh.
John's. That's
You're
a.
about to say what?
Isn't that a
Jimmy James
sausage?
John. Jimmy John's is a sausage, and I think it's a restaurant too. I could be
That
wrong.
stupid robot waited too long. He was watching the whole damn time, and he didn't
Yeah.
intervene.
He wasn't sure if he wanted to be a part of that until he went 8 eyes red, and then he destroyed the tank and the whole second wave by
But that
himself
means
with
he
one
could
gun.
choose when he wants to do stuff, and he just decided to only do that at the
And now,
11th hour.
and now you know the problem with AI.
Yeah, I don't trust that
Oh,
robot, man.
now we know the problem.
Don't bring him on the next trip. He's gonna mess with you guys. He's gonna kill you guys.
On the next trip, he's definitely gonna, oh, my job is to serve the empire and kill somebody and then apologize and then they're gonna let him back on the team.
Or it'll be
I
a situation where they have to like come to terms with them, the fact that they might have to kill the princess, and then the robot's gonna go turn on them because
Yep.
you know they pose a threat to the princess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then him and Korra are gonna have them a good. That's the next villain, actually. Him and Korra. That's the next big fight.
Maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. But it's
I'm
gonna be
sorry, her name-
Balsakius, so
Balsakis. Her name's not Korra in the next one for the record, guys. They're not gonna call her Korra in part 3. She will be Arteleus, because now everybody knows her
which
name.
is such a stupid name.
Arteleus.
Is it worse than
Arteleus.
Scargiver?
Is it?
I mean,
Wait, is it worse
Scargiver is
than
a
dude's
dumb
name
name.
being noble?
What was his name?
The least noble guy's name being noble.
Oh, yeah,
Atticus
yeah,
Noble.
yeah. No, he's just ironic. That's all.
And why all their names start with an A? Arteleus. Atticus.
Arteleus. Gunner. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh, that should not be that funny. I wonder if Matt Damon laughs at that
Always
occasionally. I
funny.
hope so. Oh man. Let's see. Titus was a fake drunk because he wanted everybody to think he was drunk all the time. Because that's what the elder stated black guy who's a general. Everybody should just think he's a drunk. For what reason?
Yeah, because he had to maintain a low profile or else they would find him. I don't know how, but
so that means when they
he just
found
needed
him,
something to fight for, and once he saw those Skyrim hobbits, he knew that this
He's
was
ready.
his calling.
So
Yeah.
that means when they found him face down in the dirt with his beard growing around his chest and turning into husks, all of a sudden he wasn't drunk then either, huh?
No, I guess not. He also didn't have anything good enough to fight for, so that would lead me to believe that this evil empire isn't that bad, because if it took them stealing some grain from some farmers on a planet for him to like be like, oh, this is the last straw.
It's just a
That means that they haven't really been doing much. Like,
damn, that's a really good point. I hate that that's a good point, but that's a good
I
point.
mean, like, really though, this is what gets him out of bed. He's like, oh no, I can't let those
Not the
poor
grain.
Skyrim hobbits can't lose their grain. I
No,
mean,
no, no,
geez
not the grain.
Louise.
How they gonna make bread? How they gonna make bread, baby?
How are they
Oh,
gonna make
baby,
sourdough bread?
can't believe this. We need oat milk.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Christ almighty.
they're all on Atkins anyway, so they don't even eat the grain.
Oh man. Let's see. Robot cave. Oh yeah, she parked her hoopty, her pod, her little cruiser that's been there the whole time, but she didn't use for anything in the first one.
Right.
They find it, they dust it down, they pull it out of where it's at, they get the birds out of the engines, and then she parks it in a waterfall.
Not the birds out the engine.
Yeah, they knocked it. They did though.
They
Well,
still
they
don't
didn't kill them.
they don't explain why the robot is dressed like Where the Wild Things Are. The
Mountain
kid
man.
from Where the
I was
Wild
wondering
Things
what
Are.
the deer antlers was all about.
He's got like a
Yes.
cape and deer antlers crown on now. Like, what the hell, dude?
It's just his sense of style. You know what I'm talking about? It's fashion.
It's just
That's
his
why
drip.
y'all
Huh?
is fashion.
Yeah.
Designed by Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking like a homeless king.
Oh yeah, so the Admiral
I mean, there's
Noble
really
also
not
planned
much to talk about.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. I
sorry.
was just gonna say he also planned to kidnap women and children, but then women and children were armed.
Yeah.
Didn't go the way he planned there. So yeah, I don't know. You're right. There's really not much else to talk about. Everything was condensed to a sense, but again, it all kind of just goes together.
Well, like you said before, we don't even leave the planet, really. It's all on the same planet. It's all lots of slow motion of people doing agriculture for the first hour. It's like, so, reaping wheat and then, getting a glass of water and throwing wheat into the air in slow motion. And then you get 50 minutes of a big, noisy, chaotic battle that really, after about 20 minutes, gets old, in my opinion.
Right. Hey, did anybody catch why her hand got burnt when she grabbed the sword?
Whose hand?
Cora. Arteleus.
I was wondering that.
Because
like,
she's the
wasn't so
chosen
hot.
one, man. She's the chosen one. That's why she can fight a guy that has superhuman strength when she possesses 0 supernatural abilities.
Apparently. I
mean, unless they're like Viltrumites, where they all have super strength to a certain extent.
Why can't we get a real life Viltrumite movie? That might be exciting.
It's coming.
Man, it's coming. There's an Invincible live action right around the corner.
It's coming. Everybody wants that because everybody wants to see, how violent it gets.
Oh yeah. I would be down for that.
I'm like, if it's animated, I'm down for that too. But I'll take a live action one.
We already got the animated series.
Yeah,
we did already get the animated one.
Okay, so here we go. Since we're kind of already done talking about this, live action casting for Invincible. We're going to clip this part. All right, guys, give me your pick for Omni-Man right now.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Really? I think he might be a little bit old, but he did have those pictures where he was like super ripped in the gym.
It's the stash.
So, yeah.
It's definitely the stash.
Okay, so that's what's his name? Oh, damn it. I forgot his name.
I know it too, and I can't think of it, but I know J. Jonah Jameson.
That's gonna. I'll get it right now. Sorry, I need to give him his due here. J.K. Simmons.
There you go.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons. Okay, so I think he might be a little bit old for Omni-Man, but he is the voice of him, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah, he is his voice. Huh. I am. No, I wouldn't go with that. No. Oh. Wow. I'm a little stumped over here.
It's not easy, huh?
It's not easy. It's not. I almost
especially when
said
you're
Benedict
cheesy.
Cumberbatch, but
No,
no, no, that would
Cumberbatch
be
is
a waste.
too
That's what I
frail.
said. That
Yeah.
would
I
be a
wouldn't want to.
waste.
I wouldn't want to see Omni Man start quoting Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna remember his name right now. Crap, his name is Tom Hardy. I think because Tom Hardy's a little older now. It's been a
Nah,
while.
Mm.
No, no, no. Hear me out. I think
But
Tom
he'll have
Hardy
to talk
would
like this.
he would not have to talk like that. That's funny as hell. Um, but I think he could do well. I also think. Oh no, you know what? Give me Jake Gyllenhaal.
That could work. If you aged him up just a little bit, that could work.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and Jake Gyllenhaal's a little older than I think people realize too.
Yeah, yeah. He is definitely. Yeah, that's not a bad choice, to be honest. He can. He already. We can. Like he's shown that he can bulk up significantly. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that would be pretty good. Dang, that's
Wait,
a
but
hard
now I have to
question.
ask.
Hmm.
But now I have to ask. But who do you have? Well, after you give your answer for who's gonna play the dad, who's gonna play Invincible?
Right. Well, that's where we're gonna have to get to. But I think maybe I'll have to go with a really basic answer, just because I think he could prove to do it quite easily. And since they're not going to use him anymore, but you got to maybe give it to Henry Cavill. I think that he could
I
probably
can
be
see that.
a pretty good
Yeah,
Omni
no,
Man.
Henry
I
Cavill
can
might
see
do
that.
it.
I
He's
might
already
co-sign
been
that for $1.
Superman. Yeah, he's already been Superman. So just give him a beard and gray out his hair a little bit, and yeah, he could play. He could play a good Omni Man. I think.
I think he could as
Yeah.
well. I can't argue that. What about James McAvoy? Just throw about somebody in there as a question.
Nah,
James McAvoy's a
not
great
for me.
actor. I just don't think that he could play Omni Man. Omni Man is like built like a triangle. You got to have big, broad shoulders, big chest. You
And
know.
Look like a
legs.
man.
Yeah, he's got to be like super high T.
Is that mean?
No, it's
I
not.
mean, James McAvoy typically just looks like a sociopath with
So
big
basically,
muscles.
nobody from England is what Mike is saying.
That's what I hear Mike saying. Yeah,
Sorry, English people out there. We don't
he,
mean it. We're
he
just
definitely
joking.
shot down all the foreign offers.
Yeah. What about Hugh Jackman? Do you think? No.
No,
I think he's kind of a little bit old
Hugh
now.
Jackman could play one of the other Viltrumites that just comes down from Viltrum.
Sure.
I could see
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah. All right. Well, then who's invincible?
Jason
yeah,
Levin, Jason Gordon-Levitt.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, he's a little bit too old, I think. But if he was younger, I would say that'd be a great role. Yeah.
That's a good point. He's gotten older. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
he's in his
gets
mid
him over.
40s, I think. So I think we
Yeah, but he
need
still
some.
looks
I
like a
mean,
kid.
he does, but I
So is
think we
Tom
need some
Hardy,
young
isn't he?
blood. Yeah,
Okay.
Tom Hardy's in his mid 40s. Yeah,
I'm not Tom Hardy. I'm sorry. What's the
Tom
kid that plays
Holland.
Spider-Man? Tom
Tom
Holland. Thank you.
Holland. Yeah. I mean, you could.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
want Tom
he's not
Holland to
really
play him.
tall enough for Invincible. Invincible's
No,
tall.
I don't want Tom Holland to play him. I'm saying, isn't Tom
Yeah.
Holland also in his 40s? Like he's been around forever. Get him off the
No,
screen.
I think he's like 30 or
Nah,
He's
something.
we
like,
gotta go with. I got
no,
one
I
even
think Tom
better.
Holland's like 24 or something. I think he's super young.
I got one even better.
Hmm.
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon
I'm
Wayne's Blank Man.
Yeah,
Blank Man.
that's
Listen,
Damon.
Oh, sorry,
he could be
Damon.
Blank Man too.
Blank Man too. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Marlon is definitely too. But you know what? How about O'Shea Jackson Jr. since we going down that rabbit hole?
Oh,
Okay.
we're doing a swap. Yeah, it's just got to be a young person. So I mean, like you could definitely do any type of young man. See, the problem is the only young guy out there is Timothy Chalamet, and he sucks. I don't want
No,
him
I couldn't.
as a.
I don't
Who?
care if he could bulk up. I don't
Can't
want him.
stand his dead eyes.
From Doom.
Who are you talking about?
Got
The guy from
got
Doom.
dead eyes, a doll's
Dead
eyes.
eyes.
Timothy Chalamet,
I have no idea who that is.
the guy who played Willy Wonka in the newest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the guy from Dune?
Yeah. I don't think he would do a very good job.
No, I'm good on him.
Yeah, you might have to like get a new up and comer, to be honest. I don't know if there's anybody out there that could do it. Maybe I was thinking of but I think he's old too, but Aaron Taylor Johnson might have been a good one.
Who's that?
But he did Kick Ass, so.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. That might work.
Yeah,
What about that guy from Cobra Kai? The Tanner dude?
Miguel? Yeah, I think he could do it, actually. The main kid from Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Or the other kid.
Well, I didn't really watch a lot of it, but
I think Miguel would be a better one, to be honest.
What was the kid, Leo?
Oh,
No.
yeah. The white
I didn't watch
kid.
Cobra Kai, so I can't really say.
Honestly, I think what's his name? I'm gonna look up his name right now. But yeah, the main kid, Miguel in Cobra Kai, would actually be a pretty decent, because he's young and he's kind of silly. Like Invincible is. His name is Zolo Maridueña. Yeah. He's pretty good. Or you're thinking of Robbie.
The kid from Gran Turismo. Yeah, Robbie, that's the kid. I only seen
Tanner Buchanan.
Yeah, him. Yeah, I know his name was
he
Tanner.
Could do good. Yeah.
That sounds messed up, but I don't know his name was Tanner. But
you just look at him and you know.
Gran Turismo, Archie Matawiki, I can't pronounce it. Matawiki.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm looking through a list of up and coming young actors right now. And the kid from Gran Turismo, I can actually see him playing either the next Miles Morales, or he could play Invincible, because he has he's a little lighter. He could be on that cusp.
Yeah.
Plus he had the little hair. They put the hair to the top of the mask. Boom, done.
Yeah, I think he's so Zolo Maridueña is doing the animated Blue Beetle, I think. Or no, he is Blue,
because that's what we want.
Yeah, he is the Blue Beetle.
Oh, he's Blue Beetle. He's Jaime Reyes. Yeah, okay. So he's already been taken, but he'd be good.
So that's what we want.
What?
More Blue Beetle.
No, we definitely don't.
I actually do want to see the Blue Beetle live action, because I like Blue Beetle as a cartoon character. As a comic book.
There's already a movie. What you mean? Nobody saw it.
I haven't seen it. That's what I said. I want to see it.
Nobody saw it.
I'm sure. Nobody even knows the Blue Beetle story enough to care.
No, plenty of people know. No one cared. No one was looking for it.
Listen, ain't nobody watch Teen Titans or Young Justice. Nobody watch Young Justice like that.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
Young Justice was fucking amazing.
Why, yes, I am.
I agree. Yes, I am.
No, seriously, Young Justice was dope as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I came onto it late as hell, but when I watched it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is dope! You guys should check it out."
Oh, shit, it sounds like it's about to be a nerd fight.
No, it's not. I'm about to take this right back to the list. What about Shamik Moore? She hasn't been around forever.
Okay, that's enough.
I know, I'm trying. Sorry. The button got stuck, you guys. The button got stuck. I'm trying.
See what happened?
Okay, there we go. I did.
See what happened when you were a smart ass?
I hate StreamYard so much.
That is hilarious. That was hilarious. Mike's like, okay, that's enough. He's like, I'm trying.
I know. Fucking
all right.
ridiculous.
We got far off track. So let's see. We all have our potentials for Invincible. We all have our potentials for what was the dad's name?
Omni-Man?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll just call him Omni-Man. You're right.
Yeah.
His real name doesn't matter, because that's not his real name. His name is Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this thing on up with Rebel Moon 2's
oh yeah.
readings.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, no worries. Anybody who takes the time to check in on us and see what's going on, they get a good Easter egg of how we feel about Invincible having a live action and how that would go. I mean, let's think about it. We could have went deeper in who we think will play the girlfriend, as long as it's not Zendaya. Who we think's gonna play.
What's wrong with Zendaya?
Nothing's wrong with Zendaya. She's just in enough movies.
She's like Mufasa. I mean, she's like Mufasa. I shudder every time I hear her.
Oh, you don't like pretty little boys?
Oh, come on, man.
What are we doing here, brother?
You didn't have to do that.
Brother, ew.
Let me stop. I'm just playing, Zendaya. If you check
I
this out,
for,
I'm sorry.
I forgot what the other
She
chick.
does check us
Adam
out.
Eve.
She's a very regular fan.
Right.
I heard she was. But yeah,
Hmm.
Adam Eve is who I was actually gonna bring up. Who would play Adam
Ah,
Eve and go down a list of all the other characters and the other heroes that are in that show because that would be pretty cool.
Sexy Red.
Ice Spice.
There you go. There
What are
you
we
go.
doing, fellas? What are
We're
we
playing
doing?
into.
Nobody gonna bring up Lotto while y'all bringing it up? We're not just gonna throw Lotto out there too? No, okay.
I don't know
What
who
are we
that
doing,
is.
fellas? What are we doing?
I'm
Anyway.
not. I'm not old enough to know who that is. You have to be a certain
Oh
level of
snap.
foolish to know
We
who certain people are, and I
hey
just don't
Foolish.
qualify.
You remember the movie Foolish? That was a good movie.
Nah, what's that about?
No? Um a black kid who was foolish.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's. I don't
It's
believe in
really
black
just a
people
movie
being
about
foolish.
it's really a
yeah.
movie about a kid daydreaming about his life. But anyway,
Sounds
um
like the white man keeping you down.
Oh man, I'm glad
that's kind of what
somebody
the
said
movie's
it.
about. It's kind of what the movie is about. That's the ironic part. But okay, we can wrap this up. Rebel Moon Part 2, final thoughts and ratings. I
Dookie
really don't want to
snacks.
stop talking about all the other stuff, but I know if we don't get to it, we're never gonna rate this movie.
No.
I'll go first. I'm talking already, right? Nothing really to wrap it up with the talking portions of it. Always wrap it up when you come to movies like this because you don't want to catch nothing. But
You mean like a STD?
or just the you don't want to catch a theory that this could have been a good movie, if only.
Based on what?
Like I said, if only. Nah, let's just not go that far. Um, Rebel Moon Part 2, the filler series or the filler episode, I'm gonna give this a 3. And I'm only giving it a 3 because yeah, I don't have a reason. I'm just gonna give it a 3. I gave the number one a 4.5. I'm with Nick. I do think this is somehow better, but because it's the middle part of a longer movie, I'm gonna give it a lower rating, hoping that maybe, just maybe, Zack Snyder gives us something to actually rant and rave about when we get to the final portion of this and we say to ourselves, oh, now it makes sense. And then whatever my next rating is, we put all three of our ratings together and it actually comes full circle. But for the time being, this is getting a 3 because out of 20, I cannot give this movie higher than a 7.
Oh,
I
well,
don't.
yeah, no, of course not.
But
Mike,
if
what
you
do you give
combine
it?
my last one and this one, that's what it comes up to. So yeah.
I'm giving
Okay.
this movie a 10 out of 10 because Sophia is so gorgeous.
Stop. Stop. Stop it.
I just want to rub her
Get help.
shaved head.
Get some help.
No.
She's just so beautiful in all of her shaved headedness.
Man, you almost went 1 hour without simping over this lady. All right.
Man, it's so funny because anybody who hears this right now will probably think he's joking. He's absolutely not. It's the only serious thing he said this entire episode.
Pretty much, yeah.
Not the 10 out of 10, but just that she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for clarity. For clarity.
Yeah, fair enough.
And to be honest with you, I don't think she looks very attractive in this movie at all. But I do think that she is very beautiful as a woman in general when she's normal looking.
All right.
But
Well,
with
we're
that
not
being
rating
said,
her looks.
right. With that being said, this movie is probably about a 3, like Keelan said. Was it better than the original? Sure, why not? I mean, all those slow mo shots of cutting grain and getting water into the canteen, into the flask, and you know the obvious Star Wars tropes. We got to infiltrate the dreadnought and explode it from the inside.
Yeah.
That's not like the Death Star or any of that stuff.
Of course not.
It's not like
I mean, they
it was the
literally
same
have
movie or
laser
anything,
swords.
right?
Yeah.
That burn your hand sometimes, depending on who's holding it, because that makes sense. And then having to cut your hands off to wield other ones, because that makes sense. And then,
Well, she was a Sith, you see. She had the red lightsabers.
oh, right.
Mhm.
And I mean, the cinematography makes up for all of it with slow mos all over the place. And God, I can't even lie on this movie. I'm really trying here. This movie was just, it was pretty bad. I mean, I've definitely seen worse, but it was pretty bad. Come on, Zack Snyder. Give us the Zack Snyder cut that's 5 hours long and better.
He
Oh,
did.
I
He just
mean,
broke
this
it
whole
into three
trilogy.
movies.
Yeah, this whole trilogy will probably be 10 hours long
Jesus
for the
Christ.
And
Snyder
then
cut.
we'll get the Snyder cut. Oh God.
Right. Yeah.
He already released
Uh,
the Snyder cut for the first one. And I think the
Oh, did
second
he?
one's already out too. Yeah. There actually is a Snyder cut for the first one. It came out like I think maybe a week or a month after the original.
Wow, I missed that.
Yeah,
uh,
it had extended scenes. I didn't watch it. No one, I don't think anyone did though.
I'm
no.
sad. I'm sad to know that because here's the problem. I would have just watched the Snyder cut from the beginning of both of these. I might have actually enjoyed it a little bit more.
No,
Nah.
I
Four
mean, it
hour
nope.
didn't
long
happen the first time we
movies.
got a Snyder cut. The I'm not gonna go
4
there,
hours
but yeah,
long is longer than RRR or Bahubali,
right, which were
you know?
amazing. I just
Yeah.
referred those movies to some people the other day and then told them to check out our channel because we reviewed them. But yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
good.
just told somebody to check out both of those. And I told them if you get to Bahubali 2 before we do, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mhm.
It's been a
Not
while.
Bahubali.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna give this probably like I'm gonna drop my prior one from a 5 to a 4, and I'm gonna give this a 4.5. It's not
You
bad. It's
loved it. Look at you with all those harsh
you guys,
criticisms.
yeah. Keep talking, keep talking. All right. I know what you guys gave an 8 this week.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that movie. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's the best movie
Uh,
of 2024 so far.
yeah.
Tell me I'm
Oh no,
wrong.
it's
Tell
not
me I'm
wrong.
wrong.
It's not wrong. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4.5. It's better than the first one in my opinion, but a lot of it is
Just because of the action
unnecessary.
scenes
Because of the action scenes, because it gives a little bit more, like information about the characters.
that
I
you didn't
mean,
care about.
no, but you guys don't remember the first one. The first one was like, okay, let's go to this place, we recruit this guy. We go to this place, we recruit that guy. That was the entire movie.
Well, he
And
got
I,
to
I
fly
do
on a
remember that.
griffin
I
yeah, that's
remember that.
because he
yeah,
talked to the spirits.
yeah. He
It's so
used his
crazy.
Native American magic
You think
powers.
he was smoking peyote?
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. Um,
It's so crazy, really quick, Nick, what you saying.
mhm.
It was just talking about the movies of the year and stuff. I am wondering how terrible was the end of 2023 movies and how hard was it to find movies at the beginning of the year? Because we really gave the first one better ratings, but we all admittedly realized that this one is a little bit better and we don't like this
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
been pretty awful for the last 2 years, to be fair.
Yeah,
This is
it
true,
is.
but I'm telling you, I'm looking at the ratings for number one and yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Nick just said that this is better and he gave it a lower rating than the first one.
Hmm.
Mhm. Well, I did say that I would drop down the first one to a 4 and give this
I
a
understand.
4.5.
I would drop my first one to a three and give them both threes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
changed nothing.
I know. I know. Well, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah. So that wraps us up. So what do we get? A three, and what did you give it, Mike? I actually did miss that.
I gave it a 3.
Oh, okay, 333. So that
No, I
means we
gave it a
can.
4.5. What are you doing?
Oh, 4.5. I'm sorry. I apologize. See, this is how you know I missed
Get it
something
right.
along the way. Get it right.
It was intentional.
I know. It brings it to like a 3.9.
Yeah. But I mean, like to me, that's a fair rating for this movie. I guess for once we agree with Rotten Tomatoes, which is a very rare occurrence on this channel. Um, but
Well,
we can
since
go
Rotten
into depth.
Tomatoes ain't real,
Yeah, that's kind of why we usually don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes because nobody's paying us to have these reviews, positive
not
or
yet.
negative.
They should.
Well,
I'll lie. Come on.
that's what I meant, Nick. Nick
Hey, I'm real.
understands what
I'm
I meant.
willing to sell out.
They're
Yeah.
not paying us they're not paying us to sway one way or another. They're just letting us put out our reviews right now. But
Mhm.
hey, by all means, I mean, you know, Internet trafficking is a thing. Wow, that's not even the way I wanted that to come out. I'm just gonna not say that anymore. But
Uh-huh.
now that we've gotten our full review for Rebel Moon Part 2, the Scargiver. Scargiver.
Did that make any sense yet? The Scargiver thing, because
Yeah.
he shot the little girl, but she didn't actually give anybody a scar except for him.
Maybe she gave the little girl a scar too, apparently.
Well, no, she killed her.
Yeah, from what she thinks, she killed
From what
the
she thinks,
princess.
yeah.
I don't know why
But not
you
from
would
what
call
Tines
her,
is telling me.
because he calls her Scargiver before he realizes he has a scar.
That's true.
Well, that's her nickname for some reason. They just never explain why.
Maybe she had a tendency of branding people and giving them a particular scar to show that she dominated them.
That's hot.
Shut up.
And with us saying that, we're gonna get on up out of here. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on this here episode of the Screen Time Continuum. Be sure to check us out for our future episodes. Go back into our catalog, see what you enjoy, see what you don't enjoy. Tell us some things, tell your friends some things. Like, share, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We appreciate you, and don't forget to hit that bell because notifications are very important.
Absolutely.
For the Screen Time Continuum, my name is Keelan.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Mike.
We appreciate you guys, and we won't give you any scars unless you are, sensitive.
I'm gonna let that one go.
I was
I'm gonna
wondering
let
how
that go.
you could end that.
Let you have that one. Free pass.
I thought it was a good one.